Hello, welcome back to my second channel, welcome back to Jack in the Books. Over the past few weeks, I have received quite a few books in the post, and I thought it would be fun to share them with you so that you can hopefully get some inspiration of something new to read and know what is being released right now. So without further ado, let's dive straight in. Firstly, I have this very old looking book, which is actually fake. These pages are not real. In fact, it opens up to reveal the book that's actually inside it. This was actually sent to me by Netflix to promote the new show Lockwood Co, and I guess it's based on a book. So that's very interesting. I'm intrigued, and also I'm loving this because I'm definitely gonna hide things in this and then have that on my bookshelf, which would have been a great hiding place for things if I hadn't just shared that on the whole internet. Anyways, so inside here we have Lockwood Co by Jonathan Stroud, which has been turned into a show. With deadly ghost attacks on the rise, psychic investigation agencies are in demand. The smallest and most ramshackle of these is Lockwood Co, run by three gifted teens, Lockwood, Lucy, and George. After one of their cases goes horribly wrong, the team becomes desperate for money. So, when a new client asks them to spend just one night in the most dangerous house in England, they quickly agree. After all, it's hunt or be haunted. So if that sounds good to you, you can either read the book or you can watch the show. So there's options there. Next, this was sent to me by my friend Anton, who is a brilliant translator of Korean. He's translated loads of really amazing things. He also, I feel like he chooses really interesting books to translate into English, and so anytime he says that he's translated something, I'm like, I have to read that immediately. And I actually have a long flight tomorrow, and on that long flight I'm taking this book, and this is gonna be the first thing that I read. I'm also hoping they have Everything Everywhere All at Once on this journey, because I started watching it on a different flight, and then I was basically having like all these eye issues. Sorry, this is such a tangent, but I was having all these eye issues and I couldn't watch the screen, and it was so annoying. Basically, like, the brightness of the screen was like burning my eyeballs, and I was fuming because I was really enjoying that film. So I'm hoping that on my flight tomorrow, I'm gonna finish Everything Everywhere All at Once and read this book. Anyway, back to the book. The description, the synopsis of this book is this. The Korean conglomerate LK is constructing an elevator into Earth's orbit on the island of Patusan, gradually turning this one-time tropical resort town into a teeming travel hub, a getaway to and from our planet. Oh no, a gateway to and from our planet. Interesting, okay. Up in space, holding the elevator's spider cable taut, is a mass of space junk known as the Counterweight. And stashed within that junk is a trove of crucial data, a memory fragment left by LK's former CEO, the control of which will determine the company's and humanity's future. Counterweight is a dazzling entry into the literary science fiction landscape, blending cyberpunk, hard-boiled detective fiction, and social parable into an absorbing and addictive story. And doesn't that sound so interesting? So that is Counterweight, and what a gorgeous cover too. I love those colours. Next, we have this book. This is When We Fall Apart by Soon Wiley. It's described on the cover as truly unforgettable by Abidare, who wrote The Girl with the Ladding Voice. And listen, I thought that book was truly unforgettable, so if the author of that book says this one is great too, I will be taking her word for it. Eugen is gifted, Eugen is loved, Eugen is flourishing, Eugen is dead. Oh, that was a twist. When the Seoul police inform Min that his girlfriend Eugen has taken her own life, he's sure it can't be true. She was successful, happy, just on the cusp of graduating and claiming the future she'd always dreamed of. After growing up in California, where he always felt too Korean to fit in, Min has never felt quite the same certainty as Eugen about his life's path. Unable to accept that she could have done this, Min throws himself into finding out what really happened to her. Okay, so this kind of gives me, like, You've Reached Sam meets Celeste Ng meets, what's that book called? A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So I'm very intrigued by this. That is When We Fall Apart. Next, we have two books with matching covers. Look at that. So we have Gilded and Cursed. These are by Melissa Mayer, who is described by the book list as the queen of fairy tale retellings. So there you go. I don't know which one is the first one. Does it say? Oh, the sequel. That one says, this is the sequel. Okay, this is the first one. So Gilded is the first one. So if this sounds interesting to you, I've got good news for you, there's 2 of them. Cursed by the god of lies, a miller's daughter has developed a talent for storytelling, but are all of her tales as false as they appear? When one of Serilda's stories draws the attention of the devastating Earl King, she finds herself swept away into a world of enchantment, where ghouls prowl the earth, and ravens track her every move. The king locks Serilda in a castle dungeon and orders her to spin straw into gold or be killed for lying. In despair, Serilda unwittingly summons a mysterious young man to her aid, and he agrees to help her for a price. This man, nothing for free. He said, I'm not going to help you out of the kindness of my heart. I'm going to charge you for it. Karl Marx is rolling in his grave. Anyway, but love wasn't meant to be part of the bargain. I see. Oh, and it's a reimagination of Rumpelstiltskin, as you've never seen him before. Interesting. And like I said, there's a second one too, so if that sounds good, you've got a lot of reading you can do here. Next, we have this book by Hannah Jameson called Are You Happy Now? Oh wow, look at the back, that's cool. That's fun. At a New York City wedding in early summer, 4 young people are trying to get their lives started. Yun has everything he ever wanted, but somehow it's never enough. Emery is finally making her mark, but feels the shame more than the success. Andrew just wants to be honest, but has lied to himself his whole life. Finn can't resist falling in love, but can't resist wrecking it all either. But that night, they see something none of them can explain. Someone sits down and simply gives up. Soon it's happening all around them. Is it an illness or a choice? How can anyone really be happy when the only choice is to feel everything or nothing at all? There you go. Doesn't that sound interesting? Are you happy now? This book, I will confess, I've already read. I was sent this and read it like instantly. It's actually a graphic novel, and it just sounded so intriguing that I stopped what I was doing and I sat and read the entire thing. And it is absolutely stunning. The color palette is gorgeous. The graphics are exquisite. It's a really interesting story, basically all about the year 2020. Jason Reynolds, using 3 long sentences, and Jason Griffin, using 300 pages of a notebook, have mind-melded this fierce, vulnerable, brilliant, terrifying, what is wrong with humans, hope-filled, hopeful, tender, heartbreaking, heart-making manifesto. My god, I need to run out of breath. It's a manifesto on what it means not to be able to breathe. Oh. Okay. Maybe that was the point. Okay. Anyway, what it means not to be able to breathe, and how the people and things at your fingertips are actually the oxygen you most need. I rated this very, very highly. I loved this. It was a real treat, and yeah, I highly recommend. And then finally we have this book, which I've seen in every bookstore. This is The New Life by Tom Crew, and I've been very intrigued, so I'm very, very happy that I now have a copy. Wow, look at the inside as well, it's beautiful. 2 Victorian marriages, 2 dangerous love affairs, 1 extraordinary partnership. After a lifetime spent navigating his desires, John Addington, married to Catherine, has met Frank, a working class printer. Meanwhile, Henry Ellis's wife Edith has fallen in love with Angelica, and Angelica wants Edith all to herself. I need like a map of all of these links. When in 1894, John and Henry decide to write a revolutionary book together intended to challenge convention and the law, they are both caught in relationships, stalked by guilt and shame. Yet they share a vision of a better world, one that will expand possibilities for men and women everywhere. Their daring book threatens to throw John and Henry and all those around them into danger. How far should they go to win personal freedoms? And how high a price are they willing to pay for a new way of living? And that's my book mail, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you are as excited about these books as I am, because I'm definitely very excited. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you're having a lovely day. Let me know in the comment section what you're up to, what you're planning to read next, what book you want to go to the bookstore and buy next, and let's chat. So I'll see you down there, and until then, all the best, stay in touch, have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you very, very soon. Bye bye!